Evening folks, this is BestInSlot and we are back with the final episode of JPOG Park. I know, it's been like 2 days, that's crazy. I promised we would be finishing off relatively quickly, and indeed we are. And in today's video, things are going to chill a little bit. We've only got 3 dinosaurs to add, and then we can spend some time taking a look at our park and at the rest of our dinosaurs. So, in order to maximize that time, we should get started. The first exhibit we're going to build is Styracosaurus/Coryphosaurus, and then we're going to finish off with a Tyrannosaurus Rex living down here in our little Colosseum kind of shebang. Again, I think I'm probably going to remake this to more of a square shape if possible, get it slightly like a, well, kind of like, maybe we'll make it into a proper circle like the Colosseum. We shall see. Anyways, until then, we need to get started on our other dinosaurs. So the easiest one to do is indeed the Coryphosaurus, because I believe the Coryphosaurus just looks like the Jurassic Park 3 variant, which is what the default one looks like anyway. So we can shove a few of these out. 2. I am vastly overestimating these social needs, but we got a few dinosaurs anyway, why not have 4 of them? So let's get the exhibit built. I also need to fix some other problems. I connected, because I'm a bad man, I connected a viewing platform to a fence. You're not allowed to do this in JPOG, this is against the rules. So we need to fix that. Without the dinosaurs escaping, preferably. So let's see what we can do. There we go. Oh, my hatred for this little bit of fence system it knows no bounds. No bounds at all. You go there, you go there, and you go there. Lovely stuff. Right. Have I done that anywhere else? I don't think so. I think we're good. Somebody else. Oh, hello. Ooh. 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 What is going on? I am getting all the luck in the world when it comes to these wild pteranodons. Oh, they actually got different colours. So that's the default one there, and that is also a default. I probably can't put these in the thumbnail again, right? Like, I've already done it once. That's cheeky. And we've got another coastal one over there. That's very cool. I'm going to take like a further away screenshot. People keep asking me questions about this, how this works. How to get them to spawn and stuff like that. You literally don't do anything. They are an ambient creature. I've never had this. I mean, this is Sanctuary. This isn't even Nublar 93 or Sauna 93. This is Sanctuary. So this is before the Pteranodons were even added to the game. I've never had an aviary on this island or anything like that. So, you know, you don't need to have had an aviary to spawn them in. You really don't do anything. You just live. And hopefully you get some in your park. I'm going to keep this kind of... Alright, I need to get this straight. Tell you what I'll do. Tell you what, I've had a plan. I want to keep this like line of trees. But if we want to get this straight, what we should do is connect with that first. And then bring it in. And now we can get rid of that there. And yeah, we maintain the angles, which is important. So, Coryphosaurus / Styracosaurus. Also, as someone pointed out, we no longer need these. These were, the emergency shelters were my restroom replacements, and now we actually have restrooms. That obviously makes them somewhat less useful. Pull out some Corys. As somebody else suggested, thank you for all the suggestions and stuff, and of course the name suggestions, we'll get to those in a bit as well. Somebody pointed out, we now have Velociraptors that look a lot more like the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park 3. Oddly enough, the one from JPOG, I should say, is actually based on the raptor from Jurassic Park 3. It's the female Velociraptor from Jurassic Park 3. The Rex is going to have a nice big exhibit, so we're going to stop there. So we're going to replace our raptors as well. I'm going to make this come forward a little bit further, about halfway down the path is what I'm looking for. I'll do. Can I squeeze a viewing area in here? I've only just realised I don't have one. Get one in. It's a big old maybe. We'll see if I pull this fence out. Hey, there, look at that, beautiful. BEA, beautiful. Okay, So that's how Corys and Stracos, and you're going to walk down here, you're going to walk across, and then I don't know how I'm going to make a T-Rex exhibit exciting at the end of the day, but we'll do our best. Now, Velociraptor, where are you, my friend? 1, 2, so it's Charlie, Al Capone, Havoc, and Mayhem. I want to keep the same names, you know, you guys did give me these suggestions, but we need to kill them all.
Acknowledged.
Okay. And then we need to shoot you guys as well, and we need to get our raptors on the way. So, let's go down to Velociraptor. Some people did question whether I'd be able to do this. Because of how sandbox mode works now compared to how it used to work, you know, you were stuck on Isla Nublar and you had your flat file or whatever, and if you wanted to add new dinosaurs, you had to go on that save file, go back to the main islands, and unlock everything. It was a really annoying process. Sandbox now, because it is an individual mode, basically means as you unlock stuff in your main playthrough, it unlocks for all your sandbox saves and everything at the same time. So I've not done anything on this save file other than JPOG Park, but we do have access to absolutely everything in the game. It's a much better system in many ways. You'll remember we used to do the maze playthrough. The reason the maze stopped is because I had to keep going back and, well, basically, with the maze, in order to bring in the new dinosaurs, I had to go do more dig sites, more playthrough, and more campaigns. And like, I couldn't do the Claire ones because I would have to sit through the campaign for a second time. Whereas if I did the maze now, which I might do, but it did take like 500 hours, it would keep updating over time, over and over again, which is obviously super handy. That was quick.
Confirmed.
We do have names for the Corys and the Stracos. Only 3, so I should have made 3. Only 3 for the Stracos as well. Oh no, 4. Okay, we're doing 4 Stracos to 3 Corys. I'll get rid of one of them. Okay, now I'm going to keep the Raptors there just for a little bit, just until I want to be able to remember their names. I think it's Havoc, Charlie, Al Capone, and Mayhem, but the chances are I will forget that, so we'll give that a little bit of time. There we go. Anyone ready to move over here? Nope, taking our sweet time. Okay, good stuff. Whilst that's going on, we're gonna shuffle up to the north. I'll tell you what we can do. Put another viewing area at this side as well. In water. Where? What are you talking about, game? Okay. I did hear a little twing there, like a little noise that suggests it did go in the water, so that's surprising, but whatever. Right, we're gonna kill this monorail track. Now, because it's JPOG, we can't actually use curvy curvy fences or anything like that. So we have to put the curviness in via the monorail. Now, what I'm thinking is you want to go forward straight like that, and then you want to begin to curve out. This is not going to look how I planned. This is nowhere near going to look how I planned. Oh no, oh no. That would be pretty cool though if you could... Okay, I mean obviously you're not going to be able to cross over the track, but maybe it goes over or under it. You can't go through it, that would be mad, but maybe the ability to... can I get away with that? Yeah. I think that's about as good as we're going to make it. It's not bad. It's actually pretty cool. It's kind of square shape, kind of circle shape. A rounded square, as we call it in the clubs. How are we doing, Corys? Think we're good. Let's shuffle those bad boys over. Don't know why the bad boys.
Asset collection request.
I heard that, you know, Bad Boys for Life is coming out soon. That Will Smith, Lawrence film.
Picking up asset.
Obviously a sequel to long-standing series. I heard originally they were going to use Coryphosauruses, but Coryphosaurus recently unionized and made it all a little bit awkward. I mean, I know actors have unionized as well, but the union for the Coryphosaurus is just whew, it's crazy stuff. About there.
Transporting asset. Transportation underway.
Come on.
Asset transportation underway.
I'm just always looking for that little break point where it stops. There we go. I need to cough really badly. I'm definitely going to. I do apologise. Wasn't that bad. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Alright, I'm going to watch this video just because, you know, these skins and these dinos, these raptors are a beautiful, beautiful thing. Straight out of JPOG, baby. Okay. Alright. So you, my friend, you're the first one. You should be Havoc. So we'll name all those, and whilst that's going on, we need ourselves some Steracos. I was meant to only take 3 Cories. Oh well. Whoops. Okay, well let's make the Cories not dead, first of all. I know I'm an old romantic, I don't want to murder my dinosaurs. Don't know why that makes me a romantic, but let's roll with it. Bit of forest, bit of forest, bit of forest. The 3 corners of Corydom. And we'll put 2 feeders in just because we are going to double up on our dinosaurs. So 1 there and 1. We'll put 1 in front of each of the viewing areas. That makes sense. Cool. Mayhem. Al Capone. And finally, Mayhem, Havoc, Al Capone. I want to remember it without looking. I don't remember. Charlie. Bloody Charlie ruins everything. Right, let's get these sold. Your name's Al Gore because your views are wrong. Get rid of all those. I can't believe I saw Pteranodons again. I waited so long to spot them in the first place, and now I've seen them twice. I wonder if they made them... I mean, there's a chance they've made them more common just because they were so incredibly rare. Anyways, this one's going to take a little bit of figuring out. Because Styracosaurus... Wait, how many Styracosaurus do I need? 4. Now, Styracosaurus has... I don't think the colour matches by default. We're looking for something grey with a little bit of red. Now, that's optimistic. I think we're probably going for, if there's an Alpine, I think that's probably as good as it's going to get. We're going to pop out a few of these and see how we feel about them. It's kind of like a dark grey, though. A dark, slightly brown grey. I'm going to pop out a coastal as well. I know what rainforest looks like. Actually, you know, rainforest isn't a million miles away either. Let's grab a rainforest along the way. We'll check those 4 and we'll see how we feel. I know I could just check this online, but I think it's more fun like this. We got to figure it out together. Mayhem, Havoc, Al Capone, and Shirley, Swally. Okay, right, so that bit's done. Don't need more shops over here. Just want a big focus on the T-Rex. We'll do like a path system going up, whatever. Whilst we're waiting on all that malarkey to go through, let's go ahead and check some dino names. You guys left suggestions as per usual in the last video. So we have Sharktooth, the Carcharodontosaurus. We have 2 people named the Tyrannosaurus, and I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce most of these. So we have Sahel, Esjaruk, Sahara, Udin, and Memek, which sounds Turkish to me. And we have Captain Jack the Spinosaurus. I don't know if that was a Torchwood reference or what, but there you go. So that's all those, but we do have names as well for the Styracosaurus, the Coryphosaurus, and indeed the T-Rex. Speaking of which then, let's name these Cories. We are going for, let me get my list up. We have Athena. People gave very serious names today. Amity, which just makes me think of the mansion. Sparta, and I did make 1 extra, so we have to name this ourselves. Bruised Banana. So you may notice every now and again if I'm typing an N or a J or a K in particular. I say those 3 letters are the big ones. Sometimes nothing will happen, and sometimes it'll place it like 7 times. My keyboard's a little bit destroyed, just in that very specific region. Everywhere else is pretty okay, but round about there, it's a bit of a disaster, unfortunately. Where are these guys going again? Here, right?
Heading to collect.
Really don't want to get that wrong. Could be dangerous. It's when you put your raptors in with your Tyrannosaurus Rexes and the Rex destroys them all. There we go. Just in time. So, let's have a little look at all these Dracos. Okay, that's not great. Well said, buddy. Well said. Okay. Oh. Oh, I made 2 basics instead of an alpine. Wait, unless that was an alpine. Wait, that was an alpine. I'm an idiot. Never mind. Buddy? Pal? Right, there you are. Right, that's the alpine one, yeah. That's... Was that basic? I tell you what, that's actually really good. It's darker, it's got that... What is it? Basic is... I wonder if it's based on it at all, because it's got the darkness there, it's got the red sort of bit in the frill, it's got the lighter chest. I mean, it's not one-to-one, but it's very, very close. Yeah, I think Basic's actually going to win this. Okay, never mind. I am shook, as you can tell. Oh, but I do love the Rainforest one. I really do.
No problem.
Get out the Wii. There we go. Our 4 basic Dracos, and then it's T-Rex time. So let's try to build that habitat. Let me think about this. Right. Okay. Right. So what we're gonna do is we can take this. I'm not gonna keep this connection, but we do need to make it straight. So I'm just gonna use that. It's like my straightener, essentially. I've straightened my hair once. I've been that guy. It's a long time ago. I was in high school. I dyed my hair blue and straightened it, like dark blue. Basically black. I was in email. That's his life. I say I was in emo. I'm not big on labels. I like... I'm just going to go one of those little tirades here. I don't know. I feel people have this need to label themselves because... You know, it gives you a group, right? If you feel misaligned in life or whatever, and unincluded in things, or that you don't fit in, blah blah blah, then finding a group you can attribute yourself to and you feel you fit in with is not necessarily a bad thing at all. The problem with it, especially in high school and college and stuff like that, this is a weird exhibit, is that people then tend to look down on other groups because of that group. You know, there's a big tendency amongst the emo kids or the goth kids or the geeky kids to look down on the jock kids because they think they're just big dumb jocks. And some of them definitely are, but liking sports or fitness or whatever doesn't inherently make you a bad or stupid, indeed, person. Actually, it probably makes you, as part of that, probably makes you a fairly smart person, so... And the second problem with it is, just to go on about this a little bit, is that everybody in these groups thinks because they're not the big dumb jocks, they think they're very special. You know, just because you're an emo kid or a goth kid or whatever stupid label you want to attribute to yourself doesn't make you a special snowflake. The fact that there's a huge group just like you should show that inherently. And there's this premise, most girls and guys, although probably girls more so, to think you're not like the other girls because you're a gamer or something like that. And really all you're doing is putting down other people of your own gender, which is stupid, and also like showing that you really have no discernible personality. If your personality has to be based around being different from other people because of something that hundreds of millions of people do, then your personality sucks. And that's not a thing against guys or girls who play games, obviously. My girlfriend plays games all the time, but she's not going to call herself an e-gamer girl or something like that because... Oh god, I hope she wouldn't anyway.
Setting additional task.
Well, no, that's fine, because you are. I mean... I think it's got a little bit of a connotation with it, though, because you don't see people... Yeah, nobody's called a gamer guy, it's always gamer girls, right? Because girls are seen as a rarity within the online gaming landscape. Which, for a lot of genres, is true, which is a shame. Whether that's true because different genders are more interested in different games, or indeed because of the hostility of said environment, because of, you know, guys who are a pain in the ass about it. Believe me, I've seen my girl play online games and stuff like that, and the amount of comments and abuse she gets in no time at all is staggering.
En route to pick up the asset.
So I can totally understand why people would maybe not want to subject themselves to that. My point is, it shouldn't be a fundamental part of your personality. You can say, yeah, I'm a gamer, but then shutting down other people going, yeah, I'm not one of those dumb jocks, or, you know, I'm... Basically, nobody's a special snowflake. And that's what makes us special snowflakes, okay? Everyone's got their own unique little quirky things, but anything you think you do that's super unique probably isn't that unique.
Asset in transit.
It sounds depressing, but it's meant to be positive. I don't think it's coming across correctly. I know what I mean. Hopefully at least one other person gets me, and then I'll feel less bad. This is what you sign up for with these JPOG these Jurassic World Evolution Park views. My awful views on everything. I just think people get too worried about how they're perceived. Oh yeah, what are we doing for the Rex? I need to think about this actually. I didn't think to check. I think it's the book Rex. I think it's meant to be the Rex from Jurassic Park 3. Now, we don't actually have a Rex from Jurassic Park 3 as it happens, but I think the closest we're going to get is the 1997 pattern. Now, you'd think it's the default pattern, but oddly enough, I'm pretty sure this is mislabeled. I'm going to make both, but I'm pretty sure it's actually 1997 pattern A, the alternate pattern that we want for the Rex over the default. I believe the default one is the sort of beige one. I think they're actually mislabeled, which is something that the Frontier's been doing a lot more lately. I've mentioned it before, it's hardly a big deal, but it's just a little bit odd. Anywho, what was I saying? Important stuff, not important stuff, but let's pretend. I don't know, people have this big desire to fit in and form groups, and then there's this kind of thing wherein your value as a group, or your value as a person, is lessened if other people in other groups also have value, if that makes sense. It really is that's where xenophobia comes from, and all that kind of stuff, and toxic patriotism. Not that I'm against patriotism at all. Lots of people have problems with patriotism, and I think inherently it's not a bad thing. Inherently, it's actually got quite a strong evolutionary vibe behind it, just because it makes sense for the survival of you and your family and stuff, and therefore the survival of your genes to protect your own. You know, that's where it comes from inherently, is that we want to protect our own kind, our own people. But people go far too far with it, and that's why we have Brexit. Don't know how I got there from talking about emo kids, but there you go, folks. Jeez. Is this going to be big enough for the Rex? I'm actually slightly worried about that now. I'm not sure this is big enough. Guess we'll see. I want to get rid of these trees. I really want this bit on the... we can always push it. Oh, I can't... Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. We need to add more trees then. That sounds counterintuitive. But if the game's forcing me to use this as the viewpoint, then we're going to use that as the viewpoint. I'd like to get rid of that bit of monorail. Although we've got a nice, like, TV screen there. My point is... No, let's name this Dryosaurus. How is it number 7? Oh, of course, yeah. Herp derp. So, for the Steracos, we have Albert. Just to reaffirm, I don't think anyone's dumb or anything like that. If you want to attribute yourselves to the group, I totally understand that. People need that in a lot of ways, but I think it's the kind of thing you outgrow. I think if you're still doing it in like your late 20s, mid-20s, or 30s, or whatever, then you need to take a look at why you're doing it, rather than just doing it. Okay, so Albert and Victoria were the two recommended names, and then someone else decided to name some Manchester United player names. Now, as a die-hard Liverpool fan of 29 years, well, how old was I when I became a Liverpool fan? I was probably like 2 years old. As soon as I knew what football was, I was a Liverpool fan, basically. I've been a Liverpool fan since I was aware of the existence of football as a baby, toddler, whatever. So I can, in no good conscience, just put in Manchester United player names and keep these Steracosauruses in my park. I'd have to kill them. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. So Pogba was one of them, and that's Pog gone because he's inevitably going to get transferred out because he hates the club. And then the other one was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as in their manager. And we're going to call Ole at the wheel because Whilst we wait for these Rexes, I will explain the humour of Ole. Oh, it's Ole. Well, I'm not even waiting for the Rexes. I want to see if I'm right with this. This should be the green one. This one right here. If I've remembered this correctly. Yes, I have. Frontier messed up. The Rexes are very strange in general. You would think that for the Jurassic Park 3 Rex... Is that really how I spelled Cornelius? You would think for the JPOG Rex you'd use the Jurassic Park 3 Rex, but the Jurassic Park 3 Rex is blue for reasons unbeknownst to science. Right, we don't actually need this one anymore. We know that's wrong. So, there's our Rex. Let's get it sent over. Anyways, Ole Gunnar-Solskjaer. I think it's Ole Gunnar-Solskjaer, but I want to call him Ole when I'm just saying his first name. Anyways, he's a manager of Manchester United. And club legend and stuff like that. Used to be a striker for them back in the day. I know you all care about football deeply. But Man United are basically, after a very successful initial run as manager, which got him the job permanently. He came in as caretaker. Are we done? Yep. He kind of everything kind of fell apart a little bit, shall we say, and they've been abysmal since then. He is their worst performing manager in Premier League history. Because he's not a very good manager. Like, there's no reason to believe he's a good manager other than that initial run. You know, we got Cardiff relegated. Why am I talking about football? No, let's talk about dinosaurs. I'm sorry. I never know what. Oh, it's been a while. Just be proud of me that we're finishing this series. Can we just stick with that? That will make me feel better. Let's give him a feeder. Unfortunately, it does have to be a meaty one. No goats for our friend here. I saw a mod. Now, I'm not showcasing mods on the channel. I've had people ask me about it. I'm not showcasing mods. Frontier did have expressed to me that they would rather I didn't. And I don't want to ruin that working relationship. I think people understand that, you know, that Frontier have been very good to me, and I wouldn't want to jeopardize that in any way. So I'm not going to. But I will say, I saw somebody made a mod which replaces the macaws that fly out when you destroy the trees with little dimorphodons. It's really cool. People are doing some very cool stuff. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, come on, buddy. Where's our Rex? Our final JPOG dinosaur. I always get nervous at this point, like, oh, should I cut out, like, the last 10 minutes of me talking nonsense about emo kids and maybe the possible World War III and football and everything? Isn't he a beauty? And he's happy. He's a happy beauty. Cornelius is his name. Thank you for the suggestions. Don't know if I spelt it the same way, but that's how. I just got an email. Sorry, I was checking my phone to check the name. As I do. And because I've got like a little notepad file with all the names that you guys have suggested. And as soon as I looked down at my phone, I got an email for... This is slightly not PG-13, what I'm about to say, I'm apologising. But I got an email from, you know, I get emails all the time from game companies saying they want game key and stuff like that. And I got one for a game called Wanking Simulator. So there you go. Look it up. Don't, actually, if you're under a certain age, don't look it up. There's Cornelius. I want to put some more trees in. This needs a little bit of vavavoom. It's technically a little cheeky to only have little blobs of trees like that, but we'll get over it. Cornelius feels like a tree-loving Rex to me. Alright, yeah, we're done. Like, we're officially finished, folks. This Rex skin is gorgeous, isn't it? It really is beautiful. Tell you what, I'll show you the other one, just to show the point I was trying to make. This should be like a beige kind of colour. This one looks... Oh no, this is the blue one. Yeah, I messed up. So, this is the blue one. This one looks a little bit like the one from Warpath. It's not direct. It may or may not be a reference. So you'd think then that the 2001 skin would look like the one from Jurassic Park 3. There is a Rex in Jurassic Park 3. You would think the skin from Jurassic Park 3 would look like the Rex from Jurassic Park 3. But the skin from 2001, the 2001 Rex skin, actually looks like the female Rex from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And there is no skin that looks like the skin from Jurassic Park 3 other than this skin, which I suspect is kind of... Oh, that's a Coryphosaurus. Does not look like a Rex. I I suspect what happened is they realised that this skin, the Lost World skin, looks a lot like the skin from Jurassic Park 3, to the point where they didn't want to have two versions of it, basically. And they decided instead to give us the other one. But it's still all in a very strange order. This skin should be the 2001 one, and the 2001 one should be the 1997 one, and the 1997A one, as in this one, should be 1997 full stop. It's all very odd. Anyways, there's Cornelius, our happy T-Rex. Looking fuming, actually. We'll take a look at this again. I know the model is exactly the same. We've proven that. We've shown that. But it does look so much better, doesn't it? It really does. I don't know what it is about it. It's beautiful. The new textures, the new normal maps. You know, I love my normal maps. It's hard to really show it unless you're right next to the other Rex. And of course, we've already done plenty of comparison videos. I'm not going to do it again, but yeah, very, very cool. Oh, it's going into the jungle. Right then, folks, we should talk about what we're going to do. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's having a snooze. Snooze. Oh my god. It's become an eldritch nightmare as he sleeps. Well, don't we all? And right, there's JPOG Park. We've literally used all the space, basically. Like, there is very, very little room left. We just about squeezed everything in. There's some little patches here and there, which is mainly forest, but yeah, by and large, we really did use the whole park. I think it looks pretty cool. Like I've said before, I think just having this huge area that's all in the same style has like a certain... I'm going to zoom out as much as I can, which might be that much. Actually, if we field of view, look at that, beautiful. It's got a certain aesthetic charm to it, you know, and the rigidness of the whole thing, and the straight lines and the very similar buildings and stuff like that. I like it. I really wish we could join those monorails in with the other monorails. That'd be a very cool little feature. Yeah, I've enjoyed this. Like, I know it took us bloody ages, and I really am sorry about that. That was a very British way of saying that. But still, I really, really enjoyed it. I am very excited to do something a little bit more creative, though. I don't know what we're going to do next. I'm considering a couple of things. I mean, the logical thing to do is try to build Jurassic Park, right? That makes a lot of sense because we've got all these buildings, and I'd really like to build in the Jurassic Park era for fairly obvious reasons. So maybe we'll do that. I kind of like the idea of basing it on... Where's a goat? Didn't we just see there's goats? Look in the background. Behind the fence, there's a goat. The goat's just wandering past. I would like to catch that. Anyways, what was I saying? I actually can't remember. Why don't I have a memory? Oh yeah, what we're going to do. So we could do Jurassic Park. What I think we would do, I know other people have done this, so I feel a little bit iffy doing it, although I haven't seen their work, blah, blah, blah. I'm just aware that people are doing it. But I'd like to, you know, build all the fences, build the shape, actually build the shape of the park inherently, and then build into that over time. Shut up world. As in, you put down all the fences, you put down all the buildings, you put down the tour track, add in your dinosaurs. It wouldn't necessarily be exhibit by exhibit. I think you'd have to plan the whole thing out from the get-go. I'm never going to see this Rex. Oh, he's that. It is a he. It's called Cornelius. It could be a girl called Cornelius. Doesn't really matter. And they're off. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. Other than that, we could just do a Jurassic Park part. It doesn't have to be built after Jurassic Park. It could just be themed in the Jurassic Park era, and we could build like a tour and have some fun with that. I really don't know. I'm open to suggestions. You've got until probably next Monday or... Where the hell are you? There you are. Probably until next Monday or Tuesday. That's when we'll start a new playthrough. Very excited to get a new park build on the go. I know this one took ages, and we haven't been able to mess around with the new dinosaurs as much as I would have liked, but that's the benefit of doing a Jurassic Park tour next, is we can definitely do that. So, let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you want to see for the... Oh, you're going to sleep again. Tail go mad? No, tail's okay this time. Sleepy dinosaur. Oh, that's kind of adorable. I want a screenshot. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below. What will our next park build be? What do you want to see the most? Basically, whatever the most upvoted comment is, I will probably go for that one. So if you see a suggestion that you like, give it an upvote. Throw me a like if you enjoyed this, and do appreciate that we actually finished the series. That'd be nice as well. I'll see you lovely folks next time. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.